Hi guys, my name's Tracy and welcome back to my channel. So it's Wednesday, well technically it's Thursday for you guys, but it's Wednesday for me, which means it's time for the weekly weigh-in update. I never filmed the first part of this last night because I want to say I was so busy, but I actually decided yesterday to attack the housework. Not just the regular housework, I decided to do all those gross little jobs that I keep putting off and have probably not done for well over a year, like under the cooker and the washing machine and the fridge freezer and on top of the kitchen cupboard, and I was absolutely minging. Well, I felt minging and rank and disgusting, so I took myself off for a bath quite early and yeah, just never really got round to filming it last night. So I thought I'll just leave it until I've been weighed in today. Why not? So this past week has actually been really good in all aspects, not just Slimming World. Physically, I have been great. My back is so much better than it was even a few weeks ago. I was going to say a few months ago, but even just a few weeks ago, it is so much better. Also, it's been better mentally. I have felt so much more positive this last week than I have in months. Months since way before Christmas. I have just felt so good and healthy mentally. Not that I was really depressed or anything. I think because I've been off work so long and I'm not in any set routine, and then problems with my health, with the back and the tooth, and it was all just getting me a bit down in the dumps and that really. But like I said, this last week I have felt so much more positive and I can see a light at the end of the tunnel, and yeah, I've just been feeling great. And Slimming World wise, I have been really good. I have stayed on plan every day. However, there was a little issue on Saturday. Now, those of you that have been watching my weekly weigh-ins or any of my videos for the past few months know that when I go to my dad's on a Saturday, I never count the sins. Well, I usually go every 2 or 3 Saturdays and I never count the sins of the meal. And I'm always saying my stepmom doesn't make anything that's very fatty or that would be very high in sins, and I just don't want to be a nuisance to her and ask her, please can you make it a certain way so that sin free or low sins. I don't want to bug her. But, excuse me, this week, past weekend, we were there again. We go out there when there's football matches and things like that, but this past weekend there wasn't a football match. Ali had a meet the player session at the Tynecastle Stadium, and we went to my dad's afterwards because my niece Abby, who's 24, 25, gave birth last week to a baby girl called Ariana, and we went out there to meet Ariana. And instead of making us a meal, my stepmom put on a buffet. Because there was so many people, I mean, it was much easier for her to just to do a little buffet for us all rather than a sit down dinner. And I never knew this in advance, because if I'd knew it in advance I would have prepared myself and taken something that could have been heated up, because I have lots of things in the freezer that I can just take out and get her to heat up. But there was not many Slimming World friendly options, and I was hungry. Actually, I was starving. I hadn't eaten that day, and I did indulge in the buffet. However, I didn't indulge in the way that I normally would at a buffet. Like, I just keep eating and eating and picking all day and all night. Well, I wasn't there for that long for a start, but I just ate what I wanted, and when I was adequately full, I just stopped and I didn't go back. So that was an unintentional slip off the Slimming World wagon, but it was literally just that one meal, and that was all I had to eat on Saturday. I didn't eat anything else after, I didn't eat anything before. All I had was that meal and teas and coffees. So I wasn't beating myself up about it. I think sometimes these things can't be helped, especially when you're going to someone else's house for dinner. I was right back on it on Sunday. I never thought, oh well, I've undone all my things. I think because my mentality was so good this week, it was so much easier for me to stay on track right after that little slip. Another thing that I was working on this week, because I'm close to going back to work, and I'm giving that look because the doctor, there's a discussion that I had with the doctor, and she's not convinced that I should be doing the job that I'm doing. I'm a home carer for the elderly, and she doesn't think that this job is going to be suitable going forward for my back. Even though my back's feeling okay at the minute, she thinks another injury is very likely, and she thinks that I should look for a more suitable role. Anyway, that's a whole different subject. I am going to be back at work, whether it's in the job that I have now or at another job. I am going to be going back to work. So what I was working on this week was on-the-go lunches, and a couple of things that I tried out were pastas, cold pastas obviously, because I don't know, well, if I go back to the job that I currently employed at, there's no way of me reheating anything or cooking anything, so it has to be something that I can take on the go and eat. So I had a chicken and mushroom pasta that I made, all homemade. I made it one day, was it Wednesday? Wednesday or Thursday, I think it was, I made it. And it was one chicken breast, a few mushrooms, a couple of handfuls of pasta, and I put in 6 tablespoons of the lighter than light mayonnaise, and it gave me 3 portions, so it worked out 1 sin per portion. And that was actually really nice. I added some salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic powder to it. The trick with cold pastas is, if people don't know this already, you boil your pasta and then you leave it in a colander or sieve under the cold water tap for about 5 minutes, and that stops it going all that, you know, that sticky congealed way that pasta does if you leave it. Yeah, so that was really nice. And the other one I had was chicken and bacon. Basically made it the same, except instead of mushrooms I added bacon, and obviously trimmed all the fat off the bacon. So those were relatively quick and easy to make, and I could make a few in advance. I mean, 1 sin for a lunch is not the end of the world. I do try and, where I can, have a sin-free lunch or dinner, but if the option is using 1 sin on my lunch, or going to the local Tesco's and picking up some sandwich which is laden with sins there, I'm definitely going to go and make the 1 sin pasta. So what it's going to be when I do go back to work, wherever I go back to work, I am going to have to make sure that I'm taking time each week, whether it's just a couple of hours on one day a week, to prepare food in advance. This week as well, what I've also been working on is planning, meal planning. Now listen, I always meal plan, but I only ever meal plan dinners at tea time. So I do that for the month ahead. Every month I'll sit down and do it for the month ahead. What I don't plan is like lunches or supper or breakfast. I still can't eat a breakfast, so I haven't worried about planning them yet. If I am hungry in the mornings, all I've been doing is getting a bit of fruit. But I have been planning lunches. Like I said, I was working on the lunches and that. So they've all been planned in advance, but I've been taking time every morning, 5 minutes every morning, just to think what I'm going to have for the next day, and if I need to take stuff out the freezer, or if I'm needing to nip to the shops and pick up anything, which I haven't. Yeah, so I'm thinking, what am I going to have for lunch tomorrow, or what am I going to have for my supper tomorrow, because I still can't get rid of that supper time thing, and at the minute I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it at the minute. Yeah, so I've been proper planning all my meals, and I think that's just made it so much easier to stay on track and stay motivated, and it's just been so much easier this week. I think this has been my easiest week on Summer World because I've done that, and because I've done that as well, I haven't really snacked. I mean, obviously I could have fruit or make a sin-free snack, but I haven't even had anything in between my meals because I've done that planning, and it really has helped me stay on track, and I haven't even had any cravings for any bad food. Well, when I say that, I mean like I haven't struggled with cravings or anything like that. I've had a notion for ready salted french fries, which I could have, because they're only like 4 or 4.5 cents each or something. But I don't have any in the house, and I'm not going to go out my way to buy any because I just don't want to touch crisps, because crisps are my downfall. Crisps are like what chocolate is to some people. I've not got a sweet tooth. I definitely have a savoury tooth, and when I have 1 packet of crisps, I want more, and I feel that just staying away from them is the best idea for me at the minute. Whether they're within my sin allowance or not, just stay away from them. Like I said in last week's video, I need to give my mentality a kick up the bum. So that's what I'm trying to do this week with this. Because I'm having a notion for it, it doesn't mean that I need to have it. It means that Tracy from 3 months ago is still in there saying, I'm going to eat whatever that I want. And that's what I'm trying to get rid of, at least for the time being. Because going forward, because I will get there, when I get to Target, I'm still not going to be able to have the food that I want all the time. So I need to get that in check now. And that's what I've been working on this past few days. So like I said, it was a good week. A little bit anxious about going into weigh-in because of the buffet blip, but I wasn't overly concerned about it. I was just kind of like, meh, whatever happens, happens with it. So, let's have a look at the numbers. So I hope you can see that okay, but that actually says that I lost 1.5 pounds this week. And that brings my total weight loss to 1 stone and 2 pound loss. So I'm really happy with that. I said quite a few weeks ago, that I wasn't going to get hung up on the figures, what I was losing. I'm just going to be happy with whatever I lose, and I am so happy with that 1.5 pound loss, because any loss is a win, right? So I'm very, very happy with that. I would have even been happy with £0.5 pound loss, considering I had that little buffet blip. I wasn't even expecting it to be as much as £1.5 pounds, so I'm really, really happy with that. By this time in my last Slimming World journey, I was fully off the wagon. So the fact that I've got this far and I'm still on and I'm still feeling positive and I'm still plodding away and even though other people could have £3 or £4 pound loss in a week, I'm still really happy at any kind of loss. Like I said, the last time I done Slimmer World, I was off the plan by this point because I had a little blip when I indulged in some food that I shouldn't have or something like that. I can't exactly remember what happened, but that's basically the gist. I had a little blip like the buffet one at the weekend, and I just thought to myself, oh, what's the point? I can't even stay on plan. I can't stay on a diet. I have no willpower, blah, 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 blah. But the difference between my brain then and my brain now is that I keep just giving it a kick up the backside. I keep telling myself that one little slip up does not mean that you have to come off plan altogether. Just keep going, and if anybody else is feeling the same, they've had a little blip and they're feeling really down on yourself, just take a look at your total weight loss and see how far you've came. Just keep going. Just keep your eyes on the prize. Imagine yourself in some sort of beautiful dress that you want to wear, or a bikini, or next to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Just keep that picture in your head of where you want to be, and even if it's a struggle, even if you're having slip-ups, just keep going on, because that's what I'm trying to do. And I have struggled a lot over the years with my weight, and the fact that I can look at those figures and I've lost 1 stone, 2 pound, it's motivation. It is motivation. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say this week. I hope I've not rambled on too much for you guys. If anybody has any on-the-go food ideas for lunches that are low sin or sin-free, please pop them in the comments below. I would love some ideas, because sometimes my brain just is stuck. Yeah, that's it for this week, peoples. Please don't forget to like this video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.